Following the death of Sir Thomas Dyke Acland and his nephew Little Sir John in 1785, his second son, another Sir Thomas, became baronet. 3 months later, he married his second cousin, Henrietta Hoare. Henrietta, the only daughter of Sir Richard Hoare and his second wife, Frances Anne Acland, was a woman who made a lasting mark on Killerton and the family character. Henrietta's marriage to Thomas was to last less than a decade. Henrietta was devastated by her husband's death, destroying all letters and stating, "I give up the point of ever being happy." However, within a year, Henrietta married Captain Matthew Fortescue, brother of the first Earl Fortescue of Castle Hill in North Devon. Henrietta's personality dominated her eldest son's upbringing, and she was determined that the young Sir Thomas should grow up well fitted to take his proper place in the world. After her first husband's death, Henrietta had refused to live at Killerton and continued to reside at the Hunnicutt estate. However, Henrietta was responsible for organising the repair and refurbishment of the dilapidated Killerton that had been neglected for the past 30 years. This was done ahead of it being occupied by Sir Thomas and Lydia following their marriage in April 1808. This painting was once attributed to the Scottish artist George Sanders. Sanders originally practised miniatures. He came to London around 1805, where he continued to paint miniatures before establishing himself as a portrait painter. An example of Sanders' work can be seen in his miniature of Lady Lydia that was done at the time of her wedding in 1808. As our paintings of Henrietta and Matthew Fortescue are dated 1795, it seems unlikely that Sanders was painting portraits at this time. Our 1910 picture inventory states that the house contained portraits of Henrietta and Matthew Fortescue that were a copy from John Jackson. However, Jackson was only 17 in 1795. This comment actually applies to paintings Jackson made of Matthew and Henrietta in later life that can be seen in this photograph of the library in the late 19th century and accompanying print at the National Portrait Gallery. Perhaps more obviously, but rarely mentioned, is Prince Hoare. A portrait of Henrietta at Hoare's Bank is signed by Prince Hoare and is also believed to date from 1795. Prince Hoare also painted Henrietta's half-brother, Sir Richard Colt Hoare, as well as her brothers, Sir Henry Hugh Hoare and Charles Hoare of Luscombe. Henrietta was also painted by Prince Hoare's father, William Hoare, when she was a child.